let's continue, shall we? So now they had something else to worry about. What might happen to Hagrid if anybody found out he was hiding an illegal dragon in his hut? Wonder what it's like to have a peaceful life, Ron sighed, as evening after evening they struggled through all the extra homework they were getting. Hermione now had started making revision timetables for Harry and Ron too. It was driving them mad. Then, when breakfast time, Hedwig brought Harry another note from Hagrid. It had written only 2 words. It's hatching. Ron wanted to skip herbology and go straight down to the hut. Hermione wouldn't hear of it. Hermione, how many times in our lives are we going to see a dragon hatch? We've got lessons. We'll all get in trouble, and that's nothing to what Hagrid's going to be when someone finds out what he's doing. Shut up, Harry whispered. Malfoy was only a few feet away, and he had stopped them dead to listen. How much he had heard. Harry didn't like the look on Malfoy's face at all. Ron and Hermione argued all the way to herbology, and in the end, Hermione agreed to run down to Hagrid's with the other 2 during the morning break. When the bell sounded from the castle at the end of their lesson, the 3 of them dropped their trowels at once and hurried through the grounds to the edge of the forest. Hagrid greeted them, looking flushed and excited. It's nearly out, he ushered them in. The egg was lying on the table. There were deep cracks in it. Something was moving inside. A funny clicking noise was coming from it. They all drew their chairs up to the table and watched with bated breath. All at once, there was a scraping noise and the egg split open. The baby dragon flopped out onto the table. It wasn't exactly pretty. Harry thought it looked like a crumbled black umbrella. Its spiny legs were huge compared to its jet black body, and it had a long snout with wide nostrils, studded as a horn and bulging orange eyes. It sneezed. A couple sparks flew out of its snout. Isn't he beautiful? Hagrid murmured. He reached out a hand to stroke the dragon's head. It snapped its fingers, showing him his pointed fangs. Bless him, he knows who his mummy is, said Hagrid. Hagrid, said Hermione. How fast do ridgebacks grow exactly? Hagrid was about to answer when the color suddenly drained from his face. He leapt to his feet and ran to the window. What's the matter? Someone was looking through the gap in the curtains. It was a kid. He's running back up to the school. Who do you think it was? Harry bolted to the door and looked out. Even at a distance, there was no mistaking him. Malfoy had seen the dragon. Something about the smile lurking on Malfoy's face during the next week made Harry, Ron, and Hermione very nervous. They spent most of their free time in Hagrid's darkened hut, trying to reason with him. Just let him go, Harry urged. Set him free. I can't, said Hagrid. He's too little. He'll die. They looked at the dragon. It had grown 3 times the length in just 1 week. Smoke kept furling out of its nostrils. Hagrid hadn't been doing his gamekeeping duties because the dragon was keeping him so busy. There were empty brandy bottles and chicken feathers all over the floor. I've decided to name him Norbert, said Hagrid. He really knows me now. Watch. Norbert! Norbert! Where's Mum? He's lost his marbles, Ron muttered to Harry. Hagrid, said Harry loudly, give it a fortnight and Norbert's going to be as long as your house. Malfoy could go to Dumbledore at any minute. Hagrid bit his lip. I know. I can't keep him forever, but I just can't dump him. I can't. Harry suddenly turned to Ron. Charlie, he said. You're losing it too. I'm Ron, remember? No. Your brother, Charlie, in Romania. He's studying dragons. We could send Norbert to him. Charlie can take care of him and then put him back in the wild. Brilliant, said Ron. How about it, Hagrid? And in the end, Hagrid agreed that they could send an owl to ask Charlie. All right, we'll stop there and then continue for part 3.